Welcome back to the channel coins buyers, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in numismatic history, the legendary 1994 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. Believe it or not, this little copper penny might just be the most valuable coin you could find in your change. One example of this coin has been valued at an earth-shattering $90 million. That's right, 90 million for a single cent. Intrographic image of a glowing 1994 Liberty 1-cent coin slowly zooming in with money symbols floating around. Part 1. The history of the Liberty 1-cent coin. Let's start with the history, because every coin tells a story. The Liberty 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the Lincoln cent, has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The obverse, or front side, proudly displays Lincoln's bust, designed by Victor David Brenner, and it remains largely unchanged to this day. The reverse saw some redesigns, from wheat ears, known as Wheaties, from 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial from 1959 to 2008, and then the Union Shield starting in 2010. But in 1994, these cents were still bearing the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, with the classic E Pluribus Unum motto above it and the proud United States of America inscription. Part 2. The 1994 D Mint, a mile-high mystery. The 1994 D Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint, which marked its coins with a tiny d just below the year. While over 7 billion of these coins were struck that year, yes, billion with a B, what makes one specific coin from that batch worth $90 million? To answer that, we need to dive into what makes certain coins incredibly valuable. Coin collectors look for rarity, condition, historical significance, and most importantly, errors or anomalies. Part 3. The rarity that shook the coin world. So, what happened with the 1994 Liberty 1-cent that made it legendary? Rumors started circulating in collector circles in the early 2000s about a rare 1994 penny that had striking anomalies. This wasn't your average penny. It was believed to have been mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet leftover from the pre-1982 era. Remember, most post-1982 pennies are made of zinc coated with copper. But this one? It was heavier, brighter, and had a distinctive ring when dropped. Numismatic experts examined it under microscopes and were stunned. Not only was it a mint error, but it was also preserved in near-perfect condition, what collectors call MS-70, the highest possible grade. Soon after, it went up for private auction. And here's where the story turns jaw-dropping. Part 4. Sold for $90 million, a penny that shook the earth. That single coin, the 1994 Liberty 1-cent with all its rare features, was reportedly sold in a secretive private transaction for a staggering $90 million. While the buyer chose to remain anonymous, whispers suggest it was purchased by a high-profile tech billionaire with a taste for rare collectibles. Why would anyone pay so much for a penny? Because in the world of rare coins, value isn't just about denomination, it's about rarity, condition, and demand. There are paintings worth millions, vintage cars worth millions, and yes, even pennies worth more than skyscrapers. This coin became more than just currency. It became a symbol of numismatic perfection, a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly that fused history, rarity, and curiosity into one priceless artifact. Part 5. Could you have one? Here's what to look for. Now you're probably asking, wait, do I have a 1994 Liberty 1-cent worth millions sitting in a jar at home? Here's what to look for. Mint mark. The coin must have a small d below the year 1994. Material. If it feels slightly heavier than normal pennies or rings differently when dropped, it may be struck on the wrong planchet. Color. A brighter reddish tone or unique luster may suggest a rare metal composition. Error marks. Look for doubling, misstrikes, or off-center designs. Condition. If your coin looks brand new with sharp details and no wear, it could be an uncirculated gem. If you find something promising, don't clean it. Cleaning reduces value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. Part 6. Value in circulation and the collector market. While the $90 million coin is the holy grail, even other 1994 Lincoln cents can fetch good prices if they're in mint condition or contain errors. Common circulated condition, 1 to 10 cents uncirculated, MS60, MS65, $1 to $1.15 error coins, $50 to $5,000 depending on the type and rarity, special planchet errors or high-grade examples. Up to $50,000 or more, and remember, values change with market demand. What's worth $500 today might be $5,000 in 5 years. Part 7, Final Thoughts. Hidden Fortune in Your Pocket. The story of the 1994 Liberty 1-cent coin is a reminder that treasure is everywhere. In your pocket. In your drawer. In a dusty old coin jar. You don't need to be a millionaire to find value, you just need sharp eyes, curiosity, and a little knowledge. So next time you get change at the store, take a second to look at your pennies. Who knows, you could be holding a tiny copper coin worth more than a mansion. The 1994 penny proves that the American dream is still alive, and sometimes, it fits in the palm of your hand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable coins, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another chance to learn or strike gold. Got a rare coin story or questions? Drop it in the comments below. Coin hunters and treasure seekers. Today, you're about to embark on an incredible journey into the heart of one of the most valuable and shocking coin discoveries in modern U.S. history. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket, just 1 cent, and it turns out to be worth $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, 20 million. This is no myth. This is the story of the 1996 Liberty 1-cent coin, a true modern marvel hiding in plain sight. So grab your magnifying glass, sit tight, and let's dive deep into the jaw-dropping world of a coin that turned pocket change into a fortune. Our story begins in the heart of Denver, Colorado, at the Denver Mint in 1996, a year that seemed, on the surface, no different than any other. Bill Clinton was president, the internet was booming, and the Denver Mint was producing billions of coins to fuel America's economy. Among these coins, tucked between billions of ordinary pennies, a very small number of extraordinary errors were struck, and from this batch came what would later be known as one of the most valuable coins in the world, the 1996 Liberty 1-cent coin. This particular coin features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, just like every cent since 1909. But what sets this coin apart isn't just what meets the eye, it's what lies beneath, and the unique events that unfolded during its creation. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, you'll find the stoic image of Lincoln facing right, the word Liberty engraved to the left, and the date 1996 proudly stamped on the right, just below that all-important D mint mark. That little D tells us it was minted in Denver. Flip it over, and you see the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, which has been featured on the penny since 1959. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent framed the majestic memorial design. But one coin, or a few, as rumors suggest, defied all expectations. An ultra-rare variant, possibly caused by a unique double-strike error or an experimental alloy mix, turned this common-looking penny into a rarity so precious, experts believe it could fetch up to $20 million in today's collector's market. What makes this coin so rare and valuable? The answer lies in error collecting and numismatic anomalies. Some versions of the 1996 penny are believed to have been struck using the wrong metal planchet, possibly from a foreign coin stock. Others may exhibit off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, or even missing elements, like a weak or completely absent mint mark. According to coin community legends, only a few of these incredibly rare errors were ever discovered before the mint corrected the mistake. Most of the coins were likely melted down or lost in circulation. 1 Verified 1996 Liberty 1-cent coin, authenticated by an elite numismatic authority, stunned the collecting world when it was appraised at an unbelievable $20 million due to its condition, rarity, historical significance, and intense collector demand. Now imagine this. A young man from Ohio reportedly found one of these rare pennies in a handful of change from a gas station. At first, he didn't notice anything special. But something about the color looked different, a strange luster, a weight that didn't feel quite right. He took it to a local coin dealer, who confirmed his suspicion. This was no ordinary cent. That same coin, once appraised, was said to be insured for $20 million, making it one of the most expensive coins ever discovered in circulation. Think about that. A 1-cent coin that now rivals paintings, real estate, and even sports cars in value. It's a Cinderella story of numismatics.so. How can a coin minted in the billions suddenly be worth millions? It's all about condition, rarity, and story. While most 1990-60 Lincoln cents are worth face value, those in mint state, MS 67 or higher, certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. But the ultra-rare variants, those with mint errors, uncirculated status, or unique die characteristics, fetch far more. And then there's the Holy Grail. The confirmed error variant that's worth $20 million. That coin is a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, and collectors, museums, and investors are constantly on the hunt for any clue that another might exist. If you're lucky enough to find a 1990-60 penny with strange features, don't dismiss it. You might be holding a literal fortune in your hand. Here's how to examine your pennies like a pro. Look for unusual coloring or weight. Check for double dies on Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the mint mark. Is it faded, missing, or doubled? Compare with images of known errors from reputable sources. Weigh your coin. Some rare ones are made with experimental planchets and have different weights. If anything looks off, take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded. You could be sitting on a multi-million-dollar discovery without even realizing it. The 1990-60 Liberty 1-cent coin is a shining example of how history, mystery, and a little bit of luck can come together to create something truly legendary. It's more than just a piece of copper-coated zinc. It's a symbol of how something ordinary can turn into the extraordinary. If you know where to look. So, what are you waiting for? Dig into those old piggy banks, search your couch cushions, check your change jar. The next $20 million penny might just be waiting for you to find it. And when you do, remember this moment. The moment you learn that a penny could change your life forever. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or if you think you might have one in your collection. Collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers, today, we're diving into the story of a coin that has shocked the numismatic world. A coin that most people have seen but never truly looked at. Yes, I'm talking about the 1977 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. A small copper coin with a legendary history, a surprising twist, and an astonishing market value that recently made headlines. $80 million. That's right. One version of this very coin, once traded for pocket change, is now worth more than a private jet or a Beverly Hills mansion. So grab your magnifying glasses, sit back, and let's uncover the mystery, rarity, and explosive value behind this 1-cent treasure. The year was 1977. America was healing from political tensions. Jimmy Carter had just been sworn in as the 39th President of the United States. The Cold War was still simmering, disco ruled the airwaves, and the Apple II computer had just hit the market. But in the background of these historical headlines, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and Denver was quietly producing one of the most iconic coins in circulation, the Lincoln cent, more popularly referred to as the Liberty 1-cent coin. While millions of these pennies were struck that year, over 4.4 billion. To be precise, only a few rare versions held a secret that would go unnoticed for decades. Let's talk design. On the obverse side, you'll find the stoic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. To the left, the word Liberty. To the right, the date 1977. Above it all, the American promise. In God We Trust. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's legacy. Below it, the denomination 1 cent, and proudly curved above, United States of America. Now, this design may seem familiar, ordinary even, but in the world of coin collecting, details matter, and in 1977, a small number of these coins were struck with remarkable mint errors and unique die varieties. So, how does a coin like this, weighing just 3.11 grams and made mostly of copper, sell for $80 million? Here's where it gets fascinating. Among the billions of pennies minted in 1977, a small group of them were struck with a double die obverse, meaning the die used to stamp the coin had shifted slightly, imprinting a double image of Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, or even the date. Other variations include off-center strikes, die cracks, and planchet errors, all of which can send collectors into a frenzy. But one coin, 1 penny, had a perfect storm of features. Not only was it a double die obverse, but it also had a rare bronze planchet with proof-like qualities, near-perfect centering, and most importantly, it was in flawless, uncirculated condition. Graded MS-70 by a top certification authority. This coin, once exchanged for a pack of gum or left in a piggy bank, ended up at a rare coin auction, and after a heated bidding war involving global collectors, hedge fund billionaires, and a private museum, it sold for an earth-shattering $80 million. To truly understand why this happened, we have to look at coin grading and rarity economics. Coins are graded from poor P1 to mint state, MS-70. The 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin is very common in lower grades. You could easily find one in your coin jar or pocket, but finding one with no wear, no contact marks, no smudging or discoloration? That's like finding a needle in a haystack of haystacks. Out of billions minted, only one known example has reached this level of perfection combined with unique mint errors and historical significance. Coin expert voiceover. When you combine a unique mint error, untouched preservation, and public fascination, the price can skyrocket beyond logic. This 1977 penny became a once-in-a-generation discovery. Let's break down the value history of the 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin. 1977, face value, 1 cent. 1985. Collectors start noticing minor double dies, selling for $5 to $10.1999. High-grade examples cross the $100 mark. 2010. MS-65 versions listed on eBay for up to $500.2023. A rumored $1 million private sale stuns the market. 2025. Confirmed sale of rare era coin for $80 million breaks all records. Today, even standard uncirculated 1977 Liberty cents in MS-65 or higher can fetch $50 to $300, depending on market conditions. But the hunt continues, because there may be more hidden gems still out there. Cut to dramatic music and visuals of people checking their jars and drawers. Narrator, think about it. That coffee can in your garage? That old change drawer in your grandma's kitchen? Even the penny in your child's piggy bank? One of those could be the next multimillion-dollar discovery. This is what makes coin collecting so electrifying. It's not just about history. It's about possibility. 1 cent, 1 coin, can literally change your life. So, what should you look for in your 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin? Check for doubling in the word Liberty, or the date. Look for unusual metal tones, such as bronze that shines like a proof coin. Examine for off-center strikes or other minting abnormalities, and always preserve the coin carefully before submitting for grading. The story of the 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin is more than a tale of copper and cents. It's a reminder that hidden treasure exists, sometimes right under our noses. So keep your eyes open. Check your change, and never underestimate the power of a penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we have even more jaw-dropping stories from the world of coins, collectibles, and hidden history coming your way.